High temperatures today topping out in the lower to mid 40s, mostly cloudy with a few scattered rain and snow showers this afternoon. Otherwise, it's breezy and chilly. Wind out of the northwest, 15 to 25 miles per hour.
Jacob, go on YouTube right quick, see if I'm streaming. Because I want you to see.
I'm sure you're 60 to start off work.
It's your monitor, dummy. Just go on to Punchy 930. What do you mean?
Not out of sight, never out of mind. The New York legislature has stepped up for our loved ones, rejecting hopeless cuts to Medicaid and investing billions in nursing homes that would be matched by the federal government. They heard us. But now it's time for Governor Kathy to hear how much we desperately need this done. It's a lifeline for our loved ones. Governor Hochul, do the right thing. Listen to lead and invest in quality nursing home care. How do you feel can be affected by the bacteria in your gut? Try Nilline probiotic bloating relief plus food digestion. It contains a probiotic to help relieve occasional bloating plus vitamin B12 to aid digestion. Try Align probiotic. It's nothing. Sounds like something. When you have nausea, indigestion, that's your bismol. It's soothes the faster moving. So, as moms, we know parenting is full of challenging scenarios. So here to help us answer some of your tricky parenting questions is developmental psychologist and host of the podcast, Raising Good Humans, and our guru, Dr. Elisa.
Jacob, you on or not? Are you on? Fortnite? Okay.
Sure, how can I say that? Soon, Katie, listen, Stephanie, Elisa will be answering your questions. Here, I the pendulum raising kids has been up here, which is you're asking your kid, you want blueberries or strawberries or this, and then you're telling the child, you have anxiety, it's back here. She said, is that preparing them for where they need to go? What do you do if you have a child who's afraid to step up and speak? Do you talk about all the reasons why you let the child sit on the side? It sometimes they're the jump. We don't know. Yeah. I mean, that pendulum, you're so right. It's swung so far. And I think it's well-meaning parents who are like, I want to acknowledge that you're scared, right? Yeah. And also, that's so beautiful. And then I think it went too far because essentially we want to stretch our kids. We don't want them to break. Right. I think we confuse stretching and breaking. Danger. That's good. Comfort with danger. That's a really good point because stretching is where you grow. So you got a question for Guru? I do. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And building confidence is something that I think is so important, especially in young children. But I often worry about striking the right balance between encouragement and humility. And is it okay to tell my kids that I think that they're the best at something, at whatever they do, without inadvertently inflating their ego or having them go to school and say, I'm a genius or like, I'm the best? Yeah. I think so. But, it is that I love that question. And I also love that I can hear from you humility matters to you. So it's not just about self-esteem and confidence. And also that's important. The first thing is confidence does not come from praise. It comes from competence and believing in yourself. So trusting yourself. And so if you think about that, praise is a separate thing. Everybody does need to feel like there's someone in their life, ideally their parents, who, is really believing in them, rooting for them, and delights in them. But you can delight in your child for who they are and not the splendor of their accomplishments. So the praise is like, let's just assume we're all going to praise our kids at some point about how they are the most important, perfect, amazing, brilliant human on the planet, because they are. And that's going to happen sometimes. But on balance, more often than not, you're praising progress. You're creating things that's in their control. If you give them instead of saying possibly little things or whatever. But you're not always going to do that because it's annoying. You have to think it's thinking if you just pay attention, you'll forget about you have that balance again. Where sometimes yes, you might be overpraising. The other thing is you want it to be authentic praise because if they're not that, they stop trusting you. And it was like beautiful. Oh, okay, Liz, you have a great question. Yes, I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 4-month-old. And I would love your opinion on extracurricular activities. Oh, yeah. There's so many fun ones out there. Tennis, soccer, dance, Ninja Warrior class theater. Yeah. And it's really tempting as the kids are getting older to sign them up and load their schedules with lots of them. But then it leaves too little time to connect and just play and relax. Right. It's a lot. Yeah. So what's appropriate? Okay, the first thing is what is your budget and what's appropriate for your scheduling? Like we have to be, take care of our home life and scheduling through kids. That matters so much. I can't stress that enough. And then it's a question of the first few years, you definitely don't need any of that. So if you want it, because it's like more fun than sitting at home and you're just like, I need some structure to the day, go for it. But it's not a developmental thing. But after that, usually if you have a preschool program, they're getting enough and it's exhausting. And they're doing a lot of the activities in the day. And so that you could pick one thing. I mean, one a week. Yeah. One a week. Thank you. Yeah. One a day. Yeah. One a week. There's a lot of people. Scheduling. Like all the friends and all these things at school. So. And it can start to make you feel like, well, now I'm not going to have. I mean, I remember when my daughter and my best friend's daughter did a talent show thing for a camp. It was a 1-week camp, and they were the jump rope girls, and we were like, we might have overdone the not schedule too much because they don't.
Put the heat on a little bit for the oven. It's fucking freezing.
So much discomfort getting five and do the discomfort to get more comfortable. So how are you going to do that? That's a good question. That's great. Thank you. Steps. Some of it. So I have a 4.5-year-old daughter. My question is in relation to like some of like the harder topics that are present in like community. She's starting to ask a lot of questions about, whenever you see like homelessness or things on the news, just difficulties in like the community, how do you best explain these things in an age appropriate fashion without, necessarily like squashing their, their view of like the world. Yeah. Compassion, curiosity. So first thinking about who and how you feel.
Sorry, just practicing my neck biting skills. I can help fix
Boy, the information I have is vital.
Not now, Jane. I have questions.
You asked me to train Wildfire, and this is how she took to the idea.
Train me?
Not to be scared because you're not scared. You're naming it, and they don't have to create a story in their head. We always want to be the first person to see something, name something, and then say, do you have any questions? And as they get older, their questions are going to get more specific. Yes, they are. And you want to be a person who has the values that you're instilling and answering the questions. Okay,